Oh, hi everybody. Holly here with the Magic Shears Travel. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty there. And we are being serenaded by a little clock chime.
We should have known that was going to happen.
I should have known that was going to happen, yeah. Here with Ben tonight. He got to be in front of the camera instead of behind it.
Lucky you.
And we are on location at a place that we'll tell you a little bit about when we get to our review segment. But first, we have a couple of news items to share with you for this week. So.
Holly has the news
items,
because I didn't do the homework.
News item number one. Last week we wished our friend Melissa a very successful half marathon, and unfortunately, in the interest of safety, Disney decided to cancel the marathon as there was a lot of lightning in the area and a lot of rain forecasted. But we are super proud of Melissa. We want to give her a shout out because she and her husband Kevin went out and ran the half marathon anyway to raise money for a very worthy cause to help kids who have a lot of medical issues. So, way to go, Melissa and Kevin! Yay! So, they still ran their half marathon, probably partially in the rain.
They should have got the deal you got where they cut it in half, so you got the half marathon.
That would have been great, except I think it was supposed to start, the lightning was supposed to start before their event started, so ours was actually finishing up as we got ready to go. Also in news this week, at Disneyland, we have two new Fast Pass attractions that were unveiled. And Ben, pop quiz, which ones do you think they were?
I think they were the Matterhorn, and I'm going to have to phone a friend on this one.
Toy Story Mania.
Oh, apparently it was Toy Story Mania. So now you can get Fast Passes for those, apparently.
Which is really exciting because Toy Story Mania at Disneyland, it used to be pretty much a standard 45-minute all-the-time line, which relative to our Toy Story Magic Kingdom, which usually has a line of about 70 to 90 minutes for most of the day, was a relatively short wait. However, when you have a Fast Pass on a 70 to 90 minute line, your wait time is 5 to 10 minutes. So we always kind of found going to Disneyland, like Toy Story Mania had to be a rope drop attraction for us because it was going to get back up like crazy the rest of the day. So, and for those not familiar with the term rope drop, means that's when Disney officially drops the ropes inside the parks and you can go to the attractions as opposed to opening the gates. Because you can sometimes get into the park a little bit before the official opening time. However, the actual rope dropping event is what lets you go to the rides. So we refer to rope drop, that's a park opening.
And Holly talking about us going to Disneyland many times, that's a lie. I've only been once. She's gone many times without me. So.
Well, not many. I mean, a little bit. But
yeah.
Anyway, the other part of this new Fast Pass attraction in Disneyland is that Disneyland's unveiling something that they're calling Max Pass. And it's pretty relevant to us because it could eventually come to Walt Disney World, so I think it's good for us to all know about ahead of time. And it hasn't actually happened yet, so you can't go out and you can't Fast Pass Matterhorn and Toy Story tomorrow. You can't get Max Pass tomorrow, but Max Pass is going to allow you in Disneyland to make Fast Pass reservations from your phone, from the app. And you're going to be able to do them one at a time. So where at Disney World, we can select 3 Fast Passes in advance, and then as we use them, after we've used all 3, you can select one at a time for the rest of the day as long as Fast Passes are available. Max Pass is only going to allow you to select 1 Fast Pass at a time, and you won't be able to select in advance. So it's going to be a little bit different. And it's also the first time that Disney is going to charge for Fast Pass service. However, in charging for Fast Pass service, or not Fast Pass, traditional Fast Pass, in charging for Max Pass service, they are also giving you unlimited photopass downloads that day. So currently Disneyland does not have a memory maker package the way that Walt Disney World does. So Max Pass is going to be their first rollout of something that's going to allow you to get downloads of your photos at a reduced cost instead of doing one at a time. Or they did have a day pass, but I don't remember the pricing on that. So.
I kind of like the idea of 1 Fast Pass at a time. It allows you a lot of flexibility throughout your day.
Exactly, and it keeps you, like, because there's no, like, 60 days your Fast Pass window opens, you don't have to get in there and make your reservations, which I think is going to appeal to folks in California because Disneyland has always been more of a spontaneous park. Disney World has always been a more planned park. So I think it works really well with the vision of Disneyland and the folks who like going there. I hope that it's going to complement their experience very nicely. I think we'll enjoy it. I'm excited about it, so hopefully you will too. And also in the news,
Star Wars.
Star Wars, I know, you're excited to talk about, right? Disney announced this week that they are going to do at Hollywood Studios in Disney World a Star Wars Galactic. Oh gosh, I've just forgotten the name of it. I think it was Galactic Nights or something of the sort. But that's going to happen on April 14th, and it's to coincide with the Orange County Star Wars Convention.
Celebration, I believe it's called, yeah.
Galactic Celebration?
No, it's the
Star Wars
Celebration.
It's the Orlando event. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So at the Orlando Convention Center, they are doing a Star Wars weekend event. And then this hard ticket event, and hard ticket just means that you can't use your regular ticket to go to the event. You have to buy a separate ticket. It's for the event only, and it's a restricted number of guests.
But that also means you don't need to have a park ticket to go to it.
Very true. So it actually, if you're going to be in town for something else, it's a great way to get into the park a little bit cheaper. However, one thing to be advised of, I've been to Disney World during one of these Orlando Star Wars conventions. The lines for Star Tours will be insane out of nowhere. Usually Star Tours maxes out around a 20-minute wait time on standby every day. Most of the time you can ride it 5, maybe 10 minutes. When Star Wars weekend comes to town in the convention center.
I hope you like looking at those robot props in the queue, because you're going to be staring at them for a while.
Yeah, you'll be looking at them for about an hour. So you're definitely going to want to, heads up, if you are going to be at Walt Disney World on Easter weekend. Easter weekend, isn't that lovely? So if you're going Easter weekend, you're going to want to fast pass Star Tours when you're in Hollywood Studios if it's something that you would like to ride.
Wait, can we cancel Easter dinner and just go to Celebration?
I mean, I'm fine with that. Family, if you're watching, sorry.
We're sick that day?
Yeah. Let's see, our next news item.
I think that was all the news items, wasn't it?
Again, there was one I forgot I was going to mention. I tell you what, we'll come back to the news in a minute when I remember it.
That's what happens when you lock your notepad away.
I know. Yeah, we have the camera set up today on the suitcase that we used to bring all of the props and things.
Shh! Don't tell them what an amateur operation this is. My
It's a great operation. Well, I inadvertently left the notepad with all the news items noted in the suitcase.
And we had the camera set up just right, and we didn't want to mess with it.
Move it. So there's another news item hidden away. It's a secret news item.
Subscribe to the Magic Shores Facebook page to find out.
We'll let you know what it was later. So moving on to our review segment for tonight. Do you want to talk for a little bit? They're probably getting sick of listening to me.
Why would I talk? You know all the stuff.
But you know all the stuff about
this
place.
Well, no, because I've only been twice, and you've still been more than me. Like that's the standard operating procedure.
Honey, I'm the travel agent. I have to go more.
Well, I was informed earlier today that we are going to be talking about one of the deluxe resorts that would be Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Suites. It's located in the Epcot area of Walt Disney World. In fact, it's smack dab between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's a legit boardwalk. It's wooden planks, they've got entertainers out, all this stuff. It's actually quite a bit of fun, and usually we just pass through on our way between Hollywood and Epcot. So
the Boardwalk Resort was actually modeled directly off of the Atlantic City Boardwalk in New Jersey. So if you're a fan of Atlantic City and you've been there, been up and down the boardwalk. Now there are no casinos at the Boardwalk Inn Villas and in Disney World, I'm sorry. No gaudy Trump casino hanging out there. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. It's all gold gilded.
Now that does mean you don't just randomly lose your money. You always hand it over for something else at Disney.
You get something in exchange. Like you get these dynamite macaroni and cheese bites from the little kiosk.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Oh my gosh, I love them. They're a meal for me. I could definitely eat just the macaroni and cheese bites. They're like literally fried triangles of macaroni and cheese. The next time you go there, you gotta stop at the boardwalk, you gotta get the macaroni and cheese triangles.
There's also a legendary boardwalk pizza window. I say legendary because I've been promised stops there every time we've gone.
I don't know about every time, but
yeah, pretty much every time. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole Universal Orlando thing.
We're going to Universal sometime in the future. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, there's a pizza window there too. It's supposed to be pretty good. Like I said, I've always been promised pizza window, and we're magically, rushing somewhere else when we pass by. So.
But we have had a chance to stop next door at the Ample Hills Creamery, which is the new Boardwalk ice cream shop. And I've got to tell you, on this one, major disappointment. Major. The old Boardwalk ice cream parlor was very cute and delicious ice cream and just wonderful place. In fact, I think when we took Mom and Dad to Disney World, I'm pretty sure that
That was Dad's favorite attraction.
Yeah, Dad labeled the Boardwalk ice cream shop as his favorite attraction for sure. So we haven't taken him back since Ample Hills Creamery replaced the Boardwalk's ice cream store. And I'm afraid he's going to be really disappointed because we stopped, when was that? October sometime, I guess.
You're going to have to narrow it down which time in October.
October. It was
sometime
the weekend
in
we broke
October.
your glasses.
We?
Yeah, we. Ben's glasses might have had a casualty. We had to run to Walmart. We were on our way back from Walmart and we stopped at Ample Hills for ice cream.
On a side note, Uber for Disney is amazing.
Yes, if you need to get anywhere on Disney property, you've got to have
off Disney property,
off Disney
more
property
importantly.
particularly. Have an Uber app. Well, literally, sorry, quick aside because this is really important for your trip planning. We got caught in the rain one night coming home from the Contemporary or from Bay Lake Tower. We were watching fireworks upstairs. And we had to get back to Port Orleans, French Quarter. And we decided we were going to take a cab because the most efficient way to get there by bus is to walk to the Magic Kingdom and take the bus over to Port Orleans, French Quarter. Well, having been through the torrential rain walking from Bay Lake Tower to Magic Kingdom bus stop before, we decided that was canceled. That was definitely not going to happen. So we hailed a cab.
Thank God.
We were still on Disney property, right? From the Contemporary to Port Orleans. It's like a 10-minute trip. There's like a little secret back way that the cab took. $20. $20 to get from the Contemporary to Port Orleans French Quarter. We took an Uber to Walmart, which is about 3 times as far. It was $8. So definitely the Uber app is your friend. The yellow cabs, not your friend in Disney World. Very expensive.
Now the cabbies are going to come for
I know,
us.
we love you cabbies. We can take Uber, seriously. So, I'm sorry, where were we? Ample Hills.
Ample Hills.
The creamery is so cute, so absolutely adorable. The ice cream has a foamy texture.
She takes her ice cream
And
seriously,
it's super
folks.
seriously. I mean, if I'm going to eat ice cream, I want it to be delicious ice cream. So, and just to kind of get an idea, if you're on board with the same ice cream I am a huge Half Pint Creamery fan in McSherrystown. So you're going to find that the ice cream at Ample Hills is like the exact opposite of the ice cream at Half Pint Creamery.
Oh,
so
you can do it on location at Half Pint.
yeah, we could do it on location.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have to talk to them about it. Which maybe we just announce it here and then we'll let them figure it out.
You're assuming
guys, we're
anyone's
coming over.
watching.
I think a couple people might be.
They might be, I don't know.
Hi. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about Boardwalk? They do have table service dining options at Boardwalk. Where they lack in counter service, they absolutely make up for in table service because there are lots of different choices.
I haven't been allowed to eat at any of them
Ben
yet.
hasn't gotten eaten at any of them. The only one I've actually eaten at table service-wise at that location is Flying Fish. And as luck would have it, Flying Fish went down for refurbishment about a month after I ate there. So all of the information I have about that restaurant as far as first-hand experience for you is entirely outdated, so I need to go back. But at any rate, Flying Fish, the meal was really, really fantastic. The reason that we chose to eat there, I was on a trip with my cousin, and she is a pastry chef. So I let her choose the restaurants because I was like, well, you work in this industry, so I'm going to let you pick them by reputation. And Flying Fish was at the very top of her list, so we absolutely had to go there. When my cousin is excited about and impressed by a meal, it was a good meal. And she left there that night thinking that was probably the best place that we ate all weekend. So I'm going to give Flying Fish pretty high praise and say that if you have any inclination towards fish or seafood, you should have it on your list. It's definitely a good spot, and the desserts there were fantastic. So definitely recommend Flying Fish. And
Way
then
to rub it in.
I guess I have to take Ben now.
Yeah.
So the other options, you want to talk about them? Because we haven't been to either of them, so.
Well, there's ESPN Zone at the far end of the boardwalk. Well, that's actually closest to Epcot. I have never been in there because it is sports related.
We don't really do the sports.
I am slightly allergic to sports. I break out into an intense case of boredom when sports are involved. But if if the wings are good, I'll be okay with it. Just put wings in front of me. I don't care what's on TV. What else is out there?
The Big River Grill and Brewing Works.
Yep.
Which, once again, we aren't huge beer drinkers, so it just hasn't been a place that we've tried yet. And with over 140 different table service restaurants, it's hard to get to all of them. So this just isn't one that
We're trying though, folks.
We're trying really hard.
Only for you.
For you. And there's also, excuse me. And we were going back and forth with this in the beginning. there used to be a restaurant called Cat Cora on the boardwalk that closed a few years ago, and there's a new restaurant that's open in its place, and it's called.
Look it up on Google, I
check
guess.
that out. Yeah. I want to say it's an Italian restaurant for sure, and I want to say that.
Oh, that's why we haven't gone there.
Yeah, I think it's Trattoria al Forno. I think so, but it's like an Italian word, and I don't.
You probably just cussed in Italian.
I might have. Oh gosh. Okay. But I mean, my language is Spanish, so I got nothing. I'm sorry.
To quote the great Bruce Willis, I only speak two languages: English and bad English. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. I guess. Well, sort of.
Sort of.
Bit, yeah. Let's see. Did we talk about the location? Yes, you talked about
a little bit.
Let's talk a little more about the location of Boardwalk because that's really its most amazing feature.
True story.
Go ahead.
Oh, good. Now I'm talking again.
I'm talking a lot.
Well, yeah, you're the travel agent. Okay, so like we said, Boardwalk is located smack dab between Hollywood Studios and Epcot. You can walk to both. In fact, the Epcot entrance is the back door into World Showcase. Unfortunately, it's a really narrow entrance, and they don't have. Did they stop doing bag check there, and they just send everyone through the metal detectors
No,
now?
they're doing bag check plus metal detectors.
Okay, so they funnel everyone into the metal detectors, so be warned. So that's really nice. In fact, we have timed it, and if you hit it just right, you can actually beat the ferry boat from Hollywood Studios to Epcot.
In order to do that,
we did cut through the pool.
You have to cut through the pool area of the boardwalk. Otherwise, the boat stands a pretty good chance of beating you. You cannot do it by walking the long loop. So there are two options when you're coming down the path from Hollywood Studios. You can actually, I guess there are two. There are two. Yeah. So you're coming down the path from Hollywood Studios. You can either turn left and go across the bridge, past the Swan and Dolphin, past the Beach Club, and then onto Epcot, and you would be on the left-hand side of the walkway as you're coming down the waterway towards Epcot. Or you can cut through the boardwalk pool and go down the right side and then cross a bridge over to get to the actual entrance of Epcot. If you cut through the pool, you will beat that boat by about 15 minutes. If you go the long way, that boat is going to kick your tail. You're not going to make it. So.
It's true. One of the other really nice things about the boardwalk location is that if none of the restaurants we've talked about appeal to you, then you are very, very close to the Yacht and Beach Club, which have several good restaurants, Beaches and Cream and Cape May Cafe among two of them. Right. So you've got access to all that.
We'll talk about them in more detail.
Yeah. This is the Boardwalk podcast, so we don't want to take up too much time with other resorts.
But you should definitely check them out because there's some good food over there.
Yeah. So the walking distance is really big selling points. It's great. In addition to that, I don't know if you've noticed, but things can be a little expensive on Disney property, especially things that you would normally buy in the outside world. So there is a gas station. I never thought a gas station would be a Disney resort feature, but there is a non-Disney gas station located within walking distance of Boardwalk so that you can go pay convenience store prices instead of Disney prices. And it's a little bit better sometimes.
Which is really helpful, like to go down and get like a case of bottled water or something like that. Yeah. This isn't really 100% Boardwalk related, but sort of in a roundabout way. We've started one of our favorite tips probably for our travels and saving money, because of course like, Disney's expensive. You want to save money where you can. We ship things to ourselves ahead of time. So you can ship a box to the resort, and as long as it arrives within about a week of when you're going to get there, they'll hold it for you until you arrive. So one of the things that we're big on shipping is bottled water. We'll ship from Amazon. We go to Amazon Pantry. And you need to give it about a week lead time from Amazon Pantry. It does not, you have to have Prime in order to use Amazon Pantry. However, it does not have Prime shipping, which I almost accidentally found out the hard way. So, if you have Prime, go to the pantry, and you can, it's not perfect because it doesn't have a huge assortment and the selection changes all the time, but you can almost always get bottled water. And we usually throw in like some Chex Mix or some granola bars or something.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, something that we can grab and go and eat really quickly on the go, and ship it to the resort. At Boardwalk, because it's a convention resort, they will charge you $10 to $15 to pick up that box based on its weight.
Yeah.
So just be aware that now I'm paying for my items on Prime Pantry. I'm paying to ship because I don't ship free from Prime Pantry. Now I have to pay to pick up my box of my own stuff that I bought.
Still cheaper than buying a case of bottled water at the parks.
If you need at least 36 bottles of water for your vacation, it's still cheaper to send it from Amazon Pantry.
And here's a tip: if you're going in the summer, you need 36 bottles of water
if you're going
for your
2 days,
vacation.
you need 36 bottles of water. We usually figure about, what, 4 bottles?
4 bottles per day.
4 bottles is what we take into the park in the morning, so we have 2 for each of us. And then if we have a chance to get back to the resort, we'll restock for the evening. But so that's kind of like 2 bottles per person per day as far as walking around water, and then we usually keep one, back for the evening when we're at the resort. So just kind of that works for us.
I think that they will take the box to your room for you.
They will, but you do have to ask them. They don't offer.
Yeah, so we are slowly collecting pictures of me carrying a box of water across various resorts. It's going to be a fun album we're putting together.
Right, well, this is kind of the catch-22. If you're at a convention resort, which are Boardwalk, Grand Floridian, Yacht and Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, Contemporary, Coronado Springs. I don't think I missed any. If you're at one of those resorts, you will have to pay to pick up your box. If you're not at one of those resorts, your box will come to the front desk, and you pick it up there, and you can carry it back yourself. But no one's going to help you. You have to carry your box. So those are your options.
Okay. Back to Boardwalk.
Back to Boardwalk. Sorry, a little segue. That's why having the gas station right there can be more cost effective, because even though you'll pay a premium for the water, if you walk down to the gas station, you still won't pay $3 a bottle like you do at Disney, and you won't have to pay the fee to pick your box up. So.
Yep. All right. What else about Boardwalk?
Oh, did we talk about the entertainment?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. We talked about it before we were live. You guys weren't here for that. So
no, this is all spontaneous.
This is very spontaneous.
We don't rehearse or prepare anything.
No, it's totally off the cuff. So entertainment at the Boardwalk is really nice. They have several different roving acts that show up nightly. There's a guy who juggles and balances, spinning plates on top of his head, and there's another guy that does some really good remembering how his Rubik's Cube was all set up, and he can redo a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. I have no idea how this voodoo is possible.
I can't even do a Rubik's Cube with my eyes.
No, when I was a kid, I just take the stickers off of them and put them in the right spot.
It's the best way.
Yeah, I thought that was how you solved it. That was the trick of the puzzle, was that you take the stickers off. There's a juggling. I don't know if the plate spinning guy is the same as the juggler. I can't remember.
I honestly don't know. We're usually rushing through and kind of weaving around the acts on our way to Jelly Rolls.
Usually to Jelly Rolls, yeah. So those are great for the kids.
Yeah, but they're fun. They don't cost you anything.
Yeah, but mom, daddy, and uncle, grandma, grandpa, other adults in the party, just plain adults all by yourselves. This gets us to the inspiration for our location this evening, which is in front of my mother's baby grand piano, which she does happen to be selling. So if you want to send a message to the Magic Cheers Facebook page, I've checked the messages. So if you have any interest in a beautiful baby grand piano, you can own it today. Or
honestly, the house we're filming in right now.
Yeah,
so
the whole
that's
house
also
is actually for sale. So
this is shameless multitasking.
Right.
So yeah.
But definitely, if you're interested in a piano or a house, we can hook you up, or a trip. We can do all of these things. So. What were we talking? Jelly Rolls. Jelly Rolls is so much fun, and they have similar. I don't know if they're all called Jelly Rolls or not. I'm not sure, but I know there are other dueling piano bars. It's a dueling piano bar, which means that there are 2 guys who take all requests and they play them on 2 dueling baby grand pianos, and you would not believe the things that these guys can play. And of course, every night they get the same request for Sweet Caroline and.
Piano Man.
And
Any Billy Joel.
Oh my gosh. With the last time we were there, the one guy asked the audience, we don't want to know where everybody's from. And we were from Pennsylvania, there was a group there from Delaware, there were like 2 or 3 tables from New York, and he's like, awesome, we got a lot of people from the Northeast. They see grand pianos. We're going to be playing a lot of Billy Joel tonight.
And they did.
And they did. So those are pretty standard. You get there's some Journey. There's definitely Journey every night. Yeah, but we did get them. What did we get them to play?
If I Had $1 Million.
Right, the Bare Naked Ladies version.
The theme from The Greatest American Hero, but those jerks did not play the second verse. I'm very upset about it.
We were singing along, and we were.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why they stopped.
Right, it might have been. Actually, I think that one, the whole bar was into it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really neat. They give you a stack of napkins, a big thing of popcorn, and eagerly take your drink order.
Right. The popcorn is free. There is a cover charge of $15 per person.
That was 12.
I'm pretty sure it's 15.
Did it go up?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 15. I thought it was 12. I thought there was a vacation club member discount.
Bet you $1 million it's $12 a person. We'll find out later.
Where was I?
Pay back over 100 years.
Pay back over 100 years.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The drinks at Jelly Rolls are the only downfall. They are Disney expensive and they are not strong at all. I think the one night we were there, I had 3 Long Island iced teas, and I could still stand up and walk to the bathroom on my own power with no like trails of light. So I was like, yeah, this is not. I've had 3 in like 20 minutes. Like we should definitely be.
Yeah, I had some sort of mixed drink that. Hold on, we were having.
We have a battery thing going on here.
Oh
so
God.
we're okay. We've got 20% left, but I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
We were prepared.
Dismiss that. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen or not, but
No, I don't think they can.
Okay, I don't know how these things work really well.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I had. I think it was called the Captain's Nest. It was really, really good because I couldn't taste the alcohol.
Right.
So
the drinks are delicious, but they taste like sugar. So we haven't tried yet Abracadabar, which is new at the Boardwalk, but I would probably try there first before I went to Jelly Rolls, and then not order any drinks at Jelly Rolls because they're pretty.
I don't know. If you don't order drinks at Jelly Rolls, you kind of get the side eye from the wait staff.
I don't care. They need to make the drinks better, and then I'll order some.
Fair
I'd
enough.
be happy to order them if they were good. So
Yes.
and I mean with Big River Grill and Abracadabar and ESPN right there, there's really no reason to go into Jelly Rolls sober. I mean, it just you loosen up a little.
Okay, so the way Jelly Rolls works is they give you a stack of napkins, and you take a dead president or founding father, as the case may be,
Or a greenback.
Yeah, and
Don't draw one.
and you write your song on the napkin, and you put your dead president up there, and you put it up, take it up to the piano, and they trade back and forth and put it in the tip jar and whatnot. So they should really want you nice and toasted, so that you go and
accidentally pull out a Ben Franklin instead of an Alexander
yeah,
Hamilton.
and they play them kind of in descending dollar order. So if you slap a 50 on that, you're getting played first.
Yeah.
I think like the recommended minimum was
$5.
yeah. I think the recommended minimum was like $10 per song.
Right.
So
yeah. Now if you want to cheap out on the song requests, the Jelly Rolls opens at 7 and they start playing at 8. So be there by like 7:15 in the front row table and have the first song request in. They'll play your song for $5, no problem.
Yep.
But as the night wears on, you're not going to get away with that the whole night.
And it's a dueling piano bar, but there are actually 4 guys, and they are paired up and they switch out throughout the course of the night.
They switch every hour.
Yeah.
So if you don't like the first 2 guys, like kind of hang in there because you might like the second 2 guys better. Just, personal preference. So, I think we covered. Did we say the popcorn's free?
Yeah,
I think popcorn's free.
Yeah, popcorn's free. So
it's like one of the only free things there is at Disney. So you should totally go to Jelly Rolls and get free popcorn.
It's not free. You're paying for it with
you
cover charge.
Yeah. But I mean, if you were gonna get a bucket of popcorn at the Magic Kingdom anyway, just go to Jelly Rolls and eat it.
Yeah. So, let's see, more stuff about the Boardwalk.
Oh, gosh.
Now, keep this in mind. We are DVC members, so every time we've stayed at the Boardwalk, we've stayed on the DVC side. We haven't stayed on the hotel side
that
yet.
we've stayed in are a little bit different. On the DVC side, and this is pretty much DVC resorts in general, that stands for Disney Vacation Club, by the way, and it's a...
It's Disney's timeshare. It's a points-based timeshare where you buy in, you've got a home resort. But this isn't an advertisement for that, because you should really be booking travel with Holly. If you have DVC, you don't have to book travel through Holly, but you should, because she's awesome.
Well,
she
you
has
might
all
want
this
to book
stuff.
something different, like a cruise or Alani or Adventures by Disney.
That's true, yes, those are great.
So, at any rate, the DVC rooms, they have 4 different room categories. The first is studio, which is your standard hotel room, except instead of having 2 beds in the room, there's 1 queen bed and 1 sleeper sofa. So you can actually reserve DVC rooms on cash, so it is good to know about them a little bit before you do your booking. However, that may or may not be beneficial to you. The nice thing about DVC rooms is that all the way down to the standard rooms and they're only in deluxe resorts, but all the way down to that standard studio room, you have a microwave. It's basically the only way to get a microwave without having a family suite. So it's kind of a nice feature that you can have a microwave because you can do things like eat oatmeal in your room in the morning.
Yeah.
For us, that's a huge deal because we never do breakfast in the morning. We always do like a quick in room, and I really like having the availability to heat up my oatmeal in the morning and sit on the balcony or the terrace or whatever they give us to sit on, and eat my oatmeal instead of eating a granola bar. I don't know why. It feels opulent. It's just nice, especially like at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's awesome to sit out on the balcony and watch the animals and eat your breakfast.
I mean, it is opulent. We always spring for the Quaker. We don't get the
We don't
store
get the
brand
Wise
or
brand,
anything.
yeah.
So
So-
yeah, we're opulent when it comes to
Right.
oatmeal.
So, at any rate, there's also a one-bedroom which has basically the same sleeping arrangements. In fact, there are a lot of studios on the DVC side that sleep more people because some of them have a fold-down bunk. Now that has to be a child between the ages of 3 and 9, so a little bit more restrictive as far as who can be in your party at that point. The one-bedroom will have, most cases, will have a queen or king bed in the bedroom. And then it'll have a sleeper sofa, and some of them also have a sleeper ottoman chair. So there are a couple of one-bedrooms that have a fifth sleeping space.
The one bedroom is really nice for tucking your in-laws away when they go to bed at 8 o'clock while they're on vacation with you, and then
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad, and then you can still go out and do stuff and come in and not wake them up.
Wake them up.
Yeah,
The other
it's
nice
great.
thing, I think, were there two bathrooms in the one?
No, it's not 2 bathrooms.
It's a bath and a half.
It's a split bath. So
It's a split bath,
there's
that's
like
right,
the commode and the vanity are in one bath, and then
And a
there's
shower, and then tubs in the other.
Was it?
There's a special bathroom configuration. If you're interested in that one, just give me a call and we'll look up exactly how they're configured because they're a little different at each resort.
Yeah.
But
And it
at
did.
any rate,
Our room did have a washer dryer in it too.
the washer dryer's in unit. In the studios, you have to go down to like the common area to do your laundry, but from a one-bedroom up in the DVC Villas, the washer and dryer is in unit. So
Because nothing says vacationing at Disney
Like
like
doing
having
laundry.
to wash your underwear.
but it is nice that there are people who like to do their laundry before they go home and then pack clean clothes back in their suitcase. So if if that kind of appeals to you, that would be.
To be fair, the number of times we've been caught in like week-long rain at Disney,
Yes, it
would have been.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to have that availability. The other thing that the one bedroom gives you is the kitchen space. It's not a full kitchen like the 2-bedroom, but it gives you a little bit more counter space. You have some different plate options and silverware options. So it's just a little bit more kitchen-y than the studio, which is just like the fridge and microwave and the little sink. So
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. And also the one bedrooms have jacuzzi tubs.
Oh yeah.
Nothing says happiness and bliss like walking 10 miles a day and coming home and plopping your feet in that baby. So the availability of jacuzzi tub cannot be overstated. It's pretty awesome to have.
Speaking of that, Disney, if you're watching, foot spas in your hotel rooms.
Disney.
Like really, it's like a drop in the bucket, and oh my god, it would feel so nice.
Right, we would really appreciate it. So if you could get on that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Then there's the 2-bedroom model, which gives you a king bed and 2 queen beds and a sleeper sofa. So in most cases, those are sleeping 6. That's not right. It should be 8 to 9. I'm missing a sleeping space somewhere. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Sorry, I can count. They have a full kitchen. They actually have like a little dining nook area. Most of the 2 bedrooms have a second balcony. And there's a difference between I don't want to get too technical, but there's lock off and there's dedicated. So if you're in a lock off, it means you kind of have 2 sets of most things. You get like the studio kitchen plus the regular kitchen. It's kind of super.
You're kind of far away from the camera. I'm not sure if you saw them winking at them to indicate that's a good deal.
Oh. No, I didn't see that.
Okay.
That's
No,
funny.
I don't know.
So the 2-bedroom is really, really nice. It's I'm pretty sure the 2-bedroom we stayed in at Old Key West was bigger than our first apartment.
Oh, that was a really nice room.
So,
But we're not talking about Old Key West.
Yeah, okay. But Boardwalk has 2 bedrooms too. And then there are also 3-bedroom grand villas. We're not really going to talk about those because unless you're a DVC member, it's impossible to get them basically. But they sleep 12.
Or if you have buckets of cash, in which case call Holly.
Yeah. Then there are the standard rooms at the Boardwalk, and the standard rooms are, just like all the rest of the deluxes. They have 2 queen beds. I think there is an option for a king. We would have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure there is. The bathrooms are usually a little bit on the larger side at the deluxe resorts. So just a little bit nicer accommodations as far as amount of square footage in the space. Gives you a lot of options. So I definitely recommend, upgrading from the moderate to the deluxe. Gives you better location, better transportation options, and better sleeping arrangements, gives you more space to move around, more space to store whatever stuff you brought with you. It's just a nicer experience. And the deluxe category is the only place where you get your own private balcony. So even though there's a balcony outside of all the moderates, it's actually a walkway. You can't, I mean, I guess you could sit out there, but that would be kind of awkward because people would be coming down the row like, why are you sitting here? This is a walkway. So definitely a nice upgrade to have that private
Very
balcony.
nice upgrade. We've gotten a little spoiled staying at DVC, I'm not going to lie to you.
Right,
I don't lie on the internet, no one does, right?
and Abe Lincoln said so.
Yeah.
Before we bought into the DVC timeshare properties, we were kind of like, we're only staying at values because we're going to spend all of our time in the parks and everything that we need is there. And I'm going to Disney to go to the parks. The tickets are the largest expense of the trip. I want to go use them. I don't want to sit around the hotel. Well, since we've started staying at deluxe resorts,
I never stayed at value until this past time. We went straight from staying off
oh yeah, we
property.
did stay at moderates.
Yeah.
We got really good deals at moderates the first 2 times we went. So I've stayed at value several times, but Ben has not.
I'm spoiled.
Yeah, he hasn't had to. But no, and I mean, in all seriousness, the values are great. If that's what you need and that suits your needs for this trip, then you should absolutely book that.
Yeah,
But the deluxes are great too, and they definitely have their place. So.
Yeah, we've stayed at values. They really are great, and they are very nice.
Yeah, but the theming at the deluxes, the locations, they're really, there's a difference, and it's big, and time saved in transportation, and just features that are available to you, more dining options on your on your space. And there's our battery again. We are down to 10%, guys, so we are gonna get.
Yeah, I think it's about time to
here.
wrap it up. Actually, I think it is time to wrap it up.
It is time to wrap it up. But I have one more. I remembered the news item, and this is gonna be funny. You're gonna laugh because the news item is Festival of the Arts starts this weekend. And the reason this is funny is because we decided we're booking a one-night trip just to go to Festival of the Arts in about 2 weeks. So we'll have some live videos from the festival. Are you?
I just wanted to see if I could get it a break.
Yeah, well, it's not hard. So anyway, Festival of the Arts is the culinary arts, the performing arts, the visual arts. I'm sure there are more. I'm sure there are more arts displayed. So far, we've seen a couple of pictures come back today from the festival, and it looks really amazing. The food looks great. Everything's very artfully done, very plated very nicely. Yeah. It looks like they have some sort of photo technology set up where you're superimposing your image on like a famous or quasi-famous painting. That looks really cool. I've seen a lot of people posting pictures of those today. They have seminars. And my friend Michelle was doing one, I think today. Michelle, if you're watching, hi. I think today she was doing, and it was a paint a 2D animation cell. So that sounds really cool. And the one that I signed up for is called Animation 101. And we're supposed to be making our own animated flip book. So I'm super excited about that. In fact, that was kind of what inspired the trip because I wanted to do that seminar. Yeah, no. I'm a little crazy when it comes to Disney. Just a tad bit, yeah.
All right.
And our wrap up for today,
Yes.
our fun fact, is about Magic Kingdom. And it's about specifically the Main Street area. I know we talked about Main Street last time, but this time specifically about something you really, really, really need when you're at Disney parks. It's really, really important.
Bathroom?
No.
Oh.
Trash cans.
Oh, okay.
I mean, probably you need bathrooms too.
Money?
Money. Anyway, the trash cans at Magic Kingdom are kind of fascinating. And this is supposed to hold true, although, of course, things get moved around and shifted a little bit. I don't know that you can verify it 100% of the time, but the trash cans are supposed to be no more than 32 steps apart in the Magic Kingdom. And the reason for this is because Walt Disney ran an experiment when he opened Disneyland. He removed all of the trash cans and handed each guest coming in a wrapped piece of candy. And he wanted to see how many trash cans he really needed because he wanted to know how far they would walk with their wrapper before giving up looking for a trash can and throw it on the ground. So he, did his experiment, ran the math. Turns out it was 32 steps. Now I think probably now you can get away with putting them farther apart because I think people in 1955 were probably a little bit more lackadaisical about where they threw their trash, and there were, you know, we hadn't gone through the big, like, Keep America Beautiful, no littering movements.
Way to insult everyone born in 1955.
I didn't insult the people. I'm saying the 1955, the littering thing wasn't like a thing. Like, people were still throwing stuff out car windows, you know. So
you're all litter bugs.
you probably could move them a little bit farther apart now, but the legend is it's 32 steps from one trash can to another in Magic Kingdom. So the next time you're in Magic Kingdom, check it out. Give it a count. See if all the trash cans are placed in the right spot. So that's going to do it for us for tonight.
Yep.
So thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
This has been the Ben and Holly Show, and hopefully we'll have some of our other agents back with us again next week. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, Facebook.
How do I turn it off?
Bottom right.